have a rule. It's called "we can fix it later." And what you do is you use these hypothetical terms. Mr. Prospect, suppose for a moment I thought that price was fair. Could you give me some terms so we could do a contract today? My terms are: I'd like to lease your property for 3 years. I know you're paying $1,200. I'll pay you $900 the first year, $1,000 the second, and $1,200 the third year, and I'll give you the price you ask. So if you give me terms, I'll give you price. If I send you a contract today, can we do business that way? Then you listen. Suppose. And that doesn't mean I'm going to give him his price. Maybe after I get off the phone, I do a due diligence, I find out it's not worth $220, it's worth $150. He's way out of it. The guy's wacko, or he's trying to rip me off. I'll fix it later. I'll come back. Hey, Mr. Prospect, I don't know if you knew this or not, but your property's worth about $150 at best. We can't do business that way. Is there any way you can come down there onto a fair market price so we can go move ahead today? Boom. Or I can give you a little bit higher price, but you're going to have to give me a little bit better rent and terms and rent credit. Or you're going to have to hold the mortgage. Can we do any of this, sir, before we move on? Yeah. That's what you got to do. You've got to stay. You're the buyer. Shouldn't the buyer be in charge? Always. How about the doctor? Should the patient tell the doctor, I want you to give me an injection of B12 today? Well, I don't know if that'll really work for your condition, Mr. Diamond. I don't care. I want B12. Is that the way you go to your doctor? How about your lawyer? Hey, lawyer, I want you to draw me up a contract. But it's the wrong contract, Mr. Diamond. Well, I don't care. I think that's the contract Are you going to let the client tell the professional how to do business? Yeah, exactly. And that's maybe an attitude I have.
No, but it's the right one. The problem I have is maybe I'm scared of committing myself to something I can't fulfill or I'm having to back out of it.
Well, remember the way we use our words. Suppose for a minute, Mr. Prospect, I could give you your price. Could you give me terms for a 3-year rental with an option to purchase on your particular property? Suppose I was willing to do that. What would you say to me next, sir? And then he's either going to backpedal, new stalls and objections, or he's going to say yes. Then when he says yes, fine, sir, let me do a little due diligence. I will get you some paperwork this afternoon. Let's talk again at 4:30. Can we do that, Mr. Evans?
Right, okay, that's how, yeah.
Boom. Okay, this is called you can fix it later. You look the way you see the way they use wishy-washy words. We can do it too, but we're much better at it because we're practicing it right now. So make sure you're using hypothetical words. Suppose for a minute, is suppose a specific, what's the word I'm looking for? A specific word, or is it a intangible? Suppose for a minute, Mr. Evans, I sent you a contract for $220.
It's interchangeable. It's yeah.
He can.
Yeah. I didn't know. That was great. That was kind of like I can do that more because then I can go back at 4:30 and say, look, I've researched it. I can't get 220 at your house.
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Prospect. Is it over, sir? Or can we come back to the table and can you give me better terms and maybe we can adjust this price? Can we do this? Suppose I was willing to do that, sir. Or what if I could do that? Or let's pretend for a moment I could do that, sir. Or imagine for a moment, sir, I was willing to do that. What would you say to me next? See, the way I use my work. Use your words. You want to change your world, you got to change your words. And you got to control your words while using all the other steps of guts. You're controlling your emotions, and that's another topic for another time.